Hey, user dude. Top Scott, how you getting on? I hope it's a good day for everybody. We'll see. We've got the Fed rate hike later today, so that might have an effect on the markets, but we'll see. Right now, there's not it's not exactly a very active stream, a very active market, right? Should I say? Not a lot of movement. Very, very small movement at the moment. That's just popped up for some reason. From 650 to 750 in a very short space of time. Pulling retracing now, so let's see what happens. This is Syros Pharma. Question is, why? Not seeing any news catalyst. Okay. So wasn't seeing a news catalyst, so I must have traded this in the past as well. But support and resistance lines already drawn out. Hey Dave. Yeah, well, I seem to be doing a lot of that lately. Taking a losing trade to start off with, and then having to trade my way back. Maybe I should just start trading at 10:30 instead. Let the first hour go. Actually, I might do that. I might not do that. I might take a look later at my stats and just have a look at what's changed over the last 2-3 months, or if there's anything changed over the last 2-3 months in terms of times of days. Let's have a quick look at that whilst we've got time. There's nothing moving right now, so we may as well take a look at that. Reports. Detailed reports. I'll put the start date this month. No, I'll put the start date back in August, because I think that's really when it's been doing that. Let's look at dates and times. So yeah, I've made 82k in the last month and a half. I made 82k in that first half an hour between 7:30 and 8, and then the rest has come after kind of 10:30. Strange. I made from 9:30 till 10. I've made 37k, and I've actually lost over 100k between 10 and 10:30. Maybe I just don't trade between 10 and 10:30, and the rest of the day making it back up kind of 10:30 to 11:45k. Not much after that. Yeah, so that's interesting. I'll bear that in mind. Does that change if I add another couple of months on? When did that start changing? Because the longer I go, the more I'm actually making money earlier. So yeah, so it's just August and September really. The couple of big losses between 10 and 10:30 is what's that one big loss. One big day. Let me break that down. Magic Empire Group. Magic Empire Global, yeah. 22k. That's the big one. Looks like. And that NVIV was 64k loss. Well, at that time. Them two together is 88. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. it's been skewed a little bit skew-with because of that one big loss in August. But look, it is what it is. Hey, look, if you can make gains, make gains. It's the losses that I'm trying to eliminate. I'll make gains any time of the day. You know what? I'm thirsty. I'm gonna. Why is the music stopped? Alistair, I didn't see you on the restream, so oh yeah, I did. Okay, you are on the restream. That's okay. So the YouTube chat's showing up. That's what I was looking for. And as long as we're getting the chat coming through. So how are you getting on, Alistair? You ready for it today, or will you are you there too? Will you be sitting it out today? Are you going to dip in, or are you waiting till after you've moved? Okay, well, good luck to you. Not a lot moving at the moment. AMPX is trying to do something. No volume. There's just no volume at all at the moment. And I think this might be the calm before the storm. We might have a really quiet day today, and then at 2 p.m. the rate hike will come up. You'll see that the volatility will come in, the markets will tank, and we'll get a few movers. But what do I know? I'm just a guy that makes money on the internet. Look, I hear you. It's not too long ago that I went through that, Alistair. As you know, it's a pain in the hole. You picked a strange time to do it though, at the middle of the week. But fair play to you. Most of us tend to waste our weekends doing it. Moving house. It's quiet all day today. cheaper on a Monday. Right? I get called miserly because I don't spend stupid amounts on things, and I'm like, I'll go for the cheapest option in a lot of cases. I'm like, Tony, you're earning good money. Why are you going for the cheapest option? I'm like, well, why should I waste money? It does exactly the same job as the more expensive option. There's always going to be one stock moves at some point during the day, and if you're patient and you don't have to sit in front of your screen all day. If you miss it, you miss it, so what? But there's usually, you come back, check periodically, and do your own thing. But there's usually one stock that moves across the course of the day. So patience is the name of the game. And yesterday, if those of you that were on my early stream saw me go 6k red, but didn't see me make that back and finish 15k green, so triple my 3 times my daily goal. Go and check out the YouTube recap video. It shows that out. The Fed results are at Fed meetings at 2. There's a press conference at 2:30. So, but we'll probably get the results from just after 2. And then it'll come out and start speaking to it about 2:30. So I would expect, let's take a look at the SPY as it happens while we're at it right now. So I'll put it on the 15. So we're up on the day, but we had a bit of a choppy day yesterday. So it was down, look at this. So it was down from the day before quite heavily. We had this little bounce before another sell-off, and then it kind of came back. It finished pretty much where it opened, just a little bit higher than where it opened, but down on the day yesterday. But today we're just kind of chopping sideways. I think this sell-off yesterday was in anticipation of today's rate hike. So it wouldn't surprise, unless the Fed's particularly hawkish and goes for a full 100 base points. I don't think we'll see a massive sell-off today. I could be wrong. But I think it's already baked in after this last 2 weeks in particular of selling off. So let's see. I've given up trying to second guess the market. People keep asking me, well, what are my predictions? And I'm like, my predictions are, don't try and second guess the market before it happens. Trade the action, don't trade the anticipation. Somebody said, buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, actually, no. Buy the action reacting to the rumor and sell the reaction to the news, or vice versa, depending on which one. Because if the rumor causes something to sell off, then of course you want to sell it. If it causes someone something to buy, then you buy it. So you trade the reaction of the market, not trade the price action, not try to anticipate it. You get a lot of these hedge fund managers and investors and things that'll tell you, well, this is what I expect, and this is what. And look at Kramer. He puts all these forecasts out, and probably 80% of them are wrong. If it was his own money, he'd be broke by now. But he's good entertainment. He's certainly good entertainment. Hey, Matt. That's US time, so it'll be this evening. We won't see it till this evening, so tea time in the UK. (2:30 UK time). Look, Putin's a madman. Someone's going to probably end up assassinating the guy within his own order. It wouldn't surprise me. I know quite. I used to work for a Russian company, and well, I say they were a Russian company, but officially they were Swiss. But I used to work for them, and a lot of Russians don't particularly have a lot of fondness for Putin. They love the country, but they're not particularly fond of Putin. Well, actually, there is an ETF called the Inverse Kramer that does exactly that, yo. If you check out Twitter, the Twitter handle Inverse Kramer, it's a parody of Kramer, and if you follow their trades, which is the exact opposite of what Kramer actually does forecast, you will be making money. You'll be outperforming the market. So it's kind of funny. It's amusing. It is. It's which is why Kramer is so entertaining, because people know that, you know, he spouts a load of drivel, but he tries to come across as authoritative. And to be fair, he knows his stuff, but he tries to come across as like he knows which way the markets are going to go. And the truth is, nobody does. You'll get a lot of experts in the finance world telling you that predictions for this and the reasons why, and predictions for that and the reasons why. In reality, what they're trying to do is get an edge. They don't know nobody knows for sure what way the markets are going to go. So it'll be between 2 and 2:30 market time for me. Morning, Lexter. And if you say you know which way the markets are going to go, you're probably one of those scam artists with a WhatsApp or a WhatsApp group or something, with or a Telegram group. What do I use to live stream? So I'm multicasting. So I record via OBS Studio, but then I stream to. So this is part of the reason for the latency on YouTube and Twitch and stuff. But I stream to Restream.io, who then streams it out to multiple sources. So I'm on YouTube, Twitch, ShareVision, Twitter. TikTok is its own stream through my mobile phone, but the rest is all one stream, but being multicast. So at the moment, it's the calm before the storm, I think. It speaks volumes when you've got ETFs are the top movers on the day. So the ETFs are the derivatives. Well, the thing is, it's about trading style, yo. If you're looking, if you're a pattern breakout trader, you've got various strategies that you can employ. But I can speak from my own strategy. Well, I say mine, but it is a popular strategy and it's a profitable strategy. You're a pattern breakout trader. So you look for momentum, you look for trends that are or look for stocks that are exhibiting a particular trend. And then you look for patterns within that trend for a breakout. And then you look for volume on that. And once you get the volume on the breakout, you usually get a significant move that you can take profit with. Now, if it continues with that trend, you might ride it for, you know, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Or you might just get in and out, and depending if it's a quick pump and then a sell-off. Managing your risk is key on that, on these kind of intraday trading. You've got to manage your risk. Then you've got swing traders who they'll take a position. They do a little bit more in terms of research on the company, a little bit more fundamental analysis on any kind of catalysts that are causing a move, whether the company is worth investing in more longer term, medium to long term. So and then they'll take a position over 24 hours, 48 hours, or a week, or even a couple of weeks, with a view to making a larger move, but with a smaller size. So when you're swing trading, you don't want to be taking as much leverage, because your risk and your reward tend to be a lot bigger, but you're looking for bigger moves. So you're not taking as big a share position for a swing trade. And then there's value investing, which is slightly different, and that's just long term. You don't really care about the market, you know, temperamental moves. You just dollar cost averaging or lump sum investing on a regular basis, and you know full well that the markets in the long term always go up. So do I know in my stats if I make more money pre-market at the open or at power hour? I make more money between 9 and 11 than any across since I started trading. I make more money between 9 and 11 across the course of than across the course of the day. I actually lose more money before 9 o'clock than I do at any time during the day as well. That's in my career. This last 2 months, it's been chopped around a little bit. I think that's probably because I've been a bit more aggressive with my trading style. I've changed it up a little bit in August because of the way I started in August, and I just didn't get out of that habit. So I've been a bit more aggressive, and I've made more money later in the day than I did in that first hour of the market. So, which is another good reason why you should be logging your trade. If you're not logging your trades in a journal, if you don't want to pay for a journal, I mean, TraderView, if you're doing 30 trades a month, then it's like one a day, a trade a day, if you will, or trade and a half a day, or 3 trades every 2 days. If you're logging in TraderView, it's free for the 30 trades per month, and that's okay. But if you're not logging, if you don't want to pay for something like TraderView or a competing online journal, and I would recommend going for this because you get deeper analysis. It makes it a lot easier to read into your trades. I would at least log it on either on paper or on an Excel spreadsheet when you take a trade, what you've taken it at, how many shares, what time you've taken it at, what price you've taken it at, etc., etc. Then what your expectation was, what your risk was, when you get out, what your exit was, profit, and log all of those details, and it gives you that ability to review. And if you've got any skills with Excel, you can put pivots in there and all kinds of things that are really good. If you're not, then it's just something that you can look back at and review yourself. You'll know the data. But log your trades. It's important. How can you improve if you don't know what you're doing wrong? And there's countless times I go back at the end of the day when I go and do my trade recap video. I'll go back and I'll look at TraderView and I'll look at the trade that I've taken, and I'm like, what was I doing? What was I thinking? And there's a lot of times that when you're in the trade, you make decisions that you know you shouldn't be doing. So by being able to review that, it helps you improve your trading. UK time, it's going to be between 7 and 7:30. So the meeting, so the FOMC meeting, the Fed meeting starts at 7 p.m. UK time, which is 2 p.m. Market time. There's a conference scheduled for 2:30 or 7:30, so it's going to be this evening. Now, staying away from the markets all day, yeah, I can see that. Avoid the risk around the uncertainty of the FOMC. Yeah, I get that. But personally, if you're going to be that kind of risk averse, then maybe day trading isn't for you anyway. What I would say is probably be very cautious around half an hour either side of that. So if you're looking at if you're still trading, well, an hour either side of that. So 1 p.m. market time until and then afterwards, you might want to trade the volatility afterwards in power hour. But certainly be cautious up until say 1 p.m. today, in anticipation of what the Fed are going to say. But I wouldn't say stay away from the markets. If you see something moving and it's got a good catalyst, it's got good volume, it's setting up well, why miss out on the opportunity? Thanks, Lexter. Yeah, guys, if you're on YouTube, come on, guys, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. You've got the SPY on the screen at the moment. The SPY is the S&P 500. It's an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. So you can see at the moment it's actually slightly up on the day. It's 35 base points up, or 0.35% up, and it's equivalent to the E-mini if you're trading futures. What platform do I use, and what indicators do I have on this platform? Right now, I trade with Dash Trader Pro. The Dash Trader Pro is my platform of choice now. It doesn't matter which broker I use Dash Trader Pro. Now, the indicators, I tend to keep my charts fairly clean. So the main indicator I use is the VWAP. On the chart in front of you, on my 15 minute at the moment, but I normally have this set to 1 minute. I've also got the 9, 20, and 200 EMA as well. I don't pay too much mind to those, but someone on the I think it was on the Day Trade with Tony course, because I do talk about the 9, the 20, and the 200 on the course, and how they are widely perceived as good intraday EMAs to use, and you can find that in terms of support and resistance levels, sometimes the price action follows those EMAs. So I keep those on there in line with what I'm teaching on the course, but it's the VWAP that's most important, and it combines the volume across the course of the day, and it combines the price action as well. So it's very important. It's an intraday trend indicator. In addition, I have the volume histogram at the bottom, and I've put the ATR in there. I was talking to one of the students in the Day Trade with Tony, asking what ATR. So I've started putting ATR in there, because what the ATR is the average true range. And it gives you an average. It lets you see how much on the given time frame that you're looking at, how much it's moving within the candlesticks on average over a period of time. So that gives you an indication of what you should be doing in terms of. It can help you in terms of setting stop losses or setting your profit targets or things like that as well. So the average true range, I've got that set out on the There's nothing on the watch list right now. I mean, even on the gap, the gaps list, I've got MTD Digital, but it's moved up 10% on 103,000 shares. OXO below it, lower price stock, but 76,000 shares. So there's no volume at the moment. There's not a single M amongst the movers in terms of millions. So, and the hundreds of thousands is really small as well. So we're not really getting a lot of movement at all. No volume in the markets at the moment. Yeah, it's just low volume. Well, Squibby, Sober moved yesterday. So we'll put this on the 15. You'll see what I'm talking about. Pre-market, there was nothing doing with it pre-market, and then it kind of did nothing up until the afternoon, and then just started moving. I had a good day yesterday. It's retraced some. It's down on the day at the moment, but it's above. It's testing the VWAP right now. So let's see what happens. If it breaks the VWAP, needs to stay above 250, I would say. But good luck if you're trading that Squibby. Well, Lexter, even HKD isn't moving that much. It's 10%, which for HKD, how volatile it has been in the past, 10% move is like peanuts. EVAX just popped up. Is there a catalyst to go with this? Well, guys, on YouTube, you do me a disservice. Five likes. Don't you like my content? You're making me feel conscientious now. Getting paranoid. Must be doing something wrong. Right, okay. The reason Evaxion stock rises 11% as enrollment begins in the trial of immunotherapy EVX-01 for skin cancer. Also, this morning, Evaxion Biotech announced important milestones reached for the EVX-01 personalized cancer therapy. Okay, well, like cancer therapy catalysts. We've got the nice pullback here. Look for a continuation. Holds $3. Small flow. Well, didn't get a good fill. There you go. I did this before. Our resistance level set out here 35, 50, 73 on previous days. So it just broke a key level at 317, 320 if you will. Another key resistance level at 340. I'm just looking at the daily. Peaked at 340 in the past. We've already broke that today. So let's see where this goes. Morning, Steve. Well done, Jim. Good morning to you as well. And thanks for that as well. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up button, Jim. Really appreciate it. If you enjoy my content, make sure you do, when you watch a video, hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, tap the screen 10 times. A dozen taps is good for the algorithm. And just periodically, just give it a few taps, and that way I can give the hairy beast some duck treats. I did wait for a pullback. I got the micro pullback on this candle, and then it started to make a move up. And as it broke new highs, I entered. I was a little bit slow to enter, but I got filled on the next candle. So you would have seen me enter on here as it made a move up. You don't have to wait for a new candle to have a pullback. If you look on the 5 minute there, Lexter, you can see that there's a pullback here on the 5 minute. If you've got a wick, that is a pullback. It's often termed a micro pullback. You don't have to wait for a new candle. If you see something with volume and you get the pullback to come in, and then it starts to move back up, you look for a key level, wait for the break of new highs. So at this point here, I waited for it to top out on the wick, so fill the wick, which it clearly did, and that's when I got in. And as I pushed the button, it changed and I got filled on the next candle. But that's why I got in. We had the pullback and then the move up and broke new highs. Hope that answers the question, Lexter. Multi-dash for charting software. No, I said trading view. Yo. Charting software is trading view is probably, arguably, one of the best platforms out there. It's used by a lot of professionals for analysis and reviewing of data. There are better platforms, but they're a lot more expensive. I mean, the Bloomberg terminal is set. I've never used it. Bloomberg terminal is said to be the best platform out there, but we're talking literally thousands in platform fees if you on a monthly basis. I'm like, what additional benefit do you get if you're not a prop firm or a hedge fund or something like that? What additional benefit do you get from going with Bloomberg terminal over a DAS trader or a Sterling trader or whatever, to justify the additional expense? I don't know. I can't justify it myself, but I'm sure Bloomberg will be able to justify it. Well, the platform I'm using here is DAS Trader, DAS. It's the acronym for Direct Access Software. There's a link in the link tree there, yo. Yeah, so the guys from Ninja, I've got a call with I had a call with Ninja Trader, and they set me up with a trial, and they wanted me, because Ninja's Trader was developed for futures trading, but they now have multi-functionality on it, and I never got around to actually testing it out. So if this breaks through, I'm just going to get out. So I was looking at Ninja Trader. They reached out to me to see if I would be prepared to collaborate with them and test out the platform. And I just never got around to testing it. So thanks for reminding me. What I'll do is I'll I'll reach out to them again. They reached out to me just before I went on vacation, and I traded this back in May. Prior to that was I lost money in May. I made the surprise. I lost money on most things in May. I made money with this in November last year. So I'm pretty much break even on the ticker overall at the moment. Well, with the exception of today. Yeah, you can try it. You can trial DAS for 14 days for free. If you like the platform, try it out for free. Again, link in the link tree or the description if you're on YouTube. But check the link tree out on TikTok. It's got pretty much everything I use for trading in there. I like Sterling Trader as well. Oh, I've got a call tomorrow as well on the World Series of day trading. So if I've had a few people on the stream ask me. I mentioned World Series of day trading last week, and I've not done anything with it. So I've got a call tomorrow about the World Series of day trading, and I will update you. I'll have a link posted. I've asked them to give me a link that I can share with you guys for registration, so that if you want to get involved in the World Series of day trading, it's the middle of October. It's free to enter, and they give you the platform. They give you a simulator with, I think it's $150,000 or $250,000 of paper money to trade over the course of 7 trading days, and there's some good prizes for it. I think the first 100 people to top 100 people profitability hit the prizes. So I'll get you updates on the World Series of day trading. Probably not, Sasha, because I probably won't be streaming by then. So that will be it's due after 2 p.m. market time. So it's about 7 p.m. Here. So unless I might come back on and do an early power hour stream. Let me know if that's something that you would like me to do, and do a power hour stream, a power 2 hours, if you will, for the Fed rate hike announcement. If that's something you want me to do, let me know. And I'll come back later and do it. Ethereum. Well, I was a bit disappointed in the whole merger, Ethereum merge. A couple of weeks, was it last week or the week before? But Ethereum not really doing anything. Right now, Ethereum is 13.55. It's been sideways for the last couple of days. 13.55. XRP, whilst it's pumped, it's not quite got me green. 42.5 cents is my average buy-in on XRP. So I thought I was going to go green yesterday on my position. And Bitcoin is still under 20k. It's 19.24 at the moment. 19.240 is. Thanks for reminding me, Nereus. Well, yeah, it might be worthwhile just coming on stream from a little bit early for a power hour stream tonight. Maybe an hour early. Get the minutes of the Fed FOMC meeting. Let's get rid of these lines. They're distracting. So 311 is the VWAP. So 310. Break the VWAP. Then I might be interested in EVAX again. 30,000 shares, Nereus. That's a big position to be taken. But good luck. I'll wait for it to break the VWAP first. When it's holding 290, it's kind of using the 20 EMA as a bit of a support line. But I'll wait for it to cross the VWAP before I re-enter. Buy Dolly Varden. Okay. Well, I was hoping for volatility, Squibby, but I think the exact opposite of what you're saying there is the case at the moment. It's I was hoping for volatility up until probably half an hour before the FOMC meeting, but we're getting nothing. Got 308. That's 305. Still looking for the break of 310. What about that? Not keen on Pagaya, but we'll see. Pagaya has moved for us well in the past. Look, we all have our strategies there, Nereus. I'm a pattern breakout trader. You like to buy the dips. That's fine. Different strategy, different folks. It would be boring if we all did the same thing. Let's face it, the market makers wouldn't be happy if we all did the same thing because they are obligated to take the adverse position. Yeah, so the guy has got a little bit of volume. Not huge, but it's there at least. I think it's a stretch to say that's an inverse head and shoulders, but I get what you're saying. Trying to find a zoom level that would justify that being an inverse. I'm seeing the flag on the 5 minute. Well, it's a push, but I think, like I say, I'm more seeing the flag on the 5 minute than the patterns on the 1 and 2 minute. I think the range is a little bit too small, too narrow for realistically to call those patterns. A bit of a flat top formation on 310, sending wedge into that. Certainly on the 5 minute. So the flag's on the 5 minute. It's kind of a half mast flag because of this wick on the 5 minute, but This is the flag on the 5-minute that I'm seeing. The breakout's at 310. It's good fishing in the Shannon. Jack Charlton loves it. So that's the third tap of 310. Just happens to be where the VWAP is as well. We can break 310, we break the VWAP. Bit of volume. Got half an hour before the bell. It's coiling under 310 at the moment. Coiling under the VWAP. Yeah, it's coiling nicely under the VWAP. So we just need a bit more volume to break through that resistance level. To be fair, I don't think volume's going to be a problem with this one. It's already 4 million shares traded in the end of hours session, and it's really the only thing that's moving. Everything else is less than what, 10% on the day in terms of gap up from yesterday. And in terms of volume, it's the only, that and Pagaya are the only ones that have anything remotely over 1 million shares traded so far. And to be fair, Pagaya normally does 5 million. This one normally does 32k. So in terms of relative volume, it's way out on its own. So it's the one everybody's watching. I'm not saying it's going to break out. I'm just saying if it's got a higher likelihood of breaking out. Come on, Evax, give us some action. Got half an hour to break out. Are we going to get it here? Breakout or it's a fake out? That's the question. Big volume candle. Volume coming in. There's over 200,000 shares traded on that one candle. Extending out a little bit too far for me, this consolidation period. But we probably will see a bit, when a bit more volume comes in, that it'll go one way or the other. Either reach highs or lows. Big resistance level this at the VWAP, 310. Well, I've got the trend line there, so if it breaks below this this trend line I've drawn, I probably will exit. So I'm giving it 11 cents. I'm going to just get out below. If it breaks below $3, I probably will get out again. Coiling under the 310, but it's actually got this $3 support level as well now. Whole dollar, ascending support. If it breaks the whole dollar, then the ascending support's gone, and it tapped this ascending support line here on this this pullback after the fake out. And this is why trading pre-market is a lot more risky, because the volume, liquidity is less and volume is less. So whilst we normally would have got with a higher volume setup, we would, when we got the breakout here, it would have broke out. But you're more prone to fake outs in pre-market and post-market sessions because of the lower liquidity and lower volume. So just be wary of that. You've got a higher percentage chance of the patterns breaking out after the bell than you do before. Whilst the spreads are only like a cent each way, it's making everybody sleep in their areas. So fair play. It's just almost barcoding at the moment. It's not doing anything. Someone's just gone in for 25,000 on the uptick, or 2,500 on the uptick, 2,500. So fair play. I'm looking at some of the sizes of the orders. There's still quite a bit of volume going through. Another 2,500 buy order went through there. So the 2,000 buy orders. So the larger orders tend to be on the uptick at the moment. There we go. Are we going to get the breakout? No. Rejected again. Same place. 314, 314 both times on them. So the 2 5-minute candles. The new breakout level is 314 or 315. If you're not in it, that's what I'm watching for now, is 315. It's 314 on the ask, 315 on the ask. So can we get a bit of a push through, a bit of volume, a bit of a push through up to 325? Or not? We've got 20 minutes to the bell, just over 20 minutes to the bell. Well, I'll see where I am. At least at the bell, I can stick in an instant stop loss at $3. So if it does flush down, it'll save me. We'll see where we are. I'm looking for 325 here for the first take profit. We'll put 319 on the ask.
O apoio que você aqui.
Slow but steady climb is okay.
O apoio que você
Just need to get over 320. We'll give key milestones. That's what we're looking for here. So we've had 319 on the last candle. It's the high of the last candle. 320 was the high of the last candle. We tapped it on the ask, but not on the bid.
alegria que provamos aqui. O apoio que você nos deu. Alegria que provamos nos deu.
It's slow, but there's nothing else to trade, so we're not exactly missing anything, guys. The markets have not really moved one way or the other. I'm not missing anything. Not missing any other movers. Nothing with any kind of volume. Mobile Global Esports. Yeah, that's all right. That's right the first time. That had a big sell-off earlier. Not recovered from that. It's trying to, but more of a kind of a bull trap, I think, with that one. Still below the VWAP, so EVAX, top mover, top volume, top everything at the moment. If you look at the 5 minute, you can see that it's we're getting higher lows. We're now getting higher highs as well, but it's this series of higher lows. So I drew this trend line earlier. It's not crossed it yet on the 1 minute. So let's see where it goes. Right, there's 320 on the ask. This is a bit like what did we trade a couple of weeks ago when it was just so incredibly slow. It was cassava, I think it was, but it just made incremental gains across the course of the day. We broke 320. We got 321 on the ask for a second then. So I'm looking for 325. Well, 15 minutes to the bell, guys. 15 minutes to the bell. 15 minutes to the open. Now my stop loss is break even. This comes all the way back down to break even. I will just exit for a scratch trade. The closer we get to... Morning, Thomas. The closer we get to the bell, the more likely I'm just going to take profits if we stop breaking highs. My trend line is pretty much at break even now as well, so not a lot. If there's something else you want to take a look at, let me know. There's not a lot else moving. It's a quiet day so far. The only things that have moved above 10% is Evaxion Biotech, which we're looking at, and HKD. AMTD Digital is the company. HKD is the ticker. But HKD, as usual, very low volume, very dangerous to trade. Got 24 on the ask for a second then. And sometimes it'll be like this, very uneventful. All of this 5 minute is 316. So 316 is now my stop. On 317 on the bid. If it breaks 316, I lose a small profit, but I'll take it because we'll get in new lows on the 5 minute. Gotta be honest, it's been a while since I've seen a day as uneventful as today pre-market. There'll be a lot of traders with pent-up aggression waiting at the bell. There we go. We'll just take that profit. That basically gives us 2K to make up after the bell. Got 10 minutes. Well, Nereus, I hope that made your... Cause what did you get in there, Nereus? 301? I hope you took profits at 320. 20,000 shares at 301. $30,000 shares at 279. That would have been a nice profitable trade. So your average was 290 because you took some at 279 and 301. So, but I took 301 for the first bit. Fair play. Hey, look, nobody goes broke taking profits, Nereus. Don't follow me blindly. Not a financial advisor, not financial advice. Don't sue me. I think we probably will see a bit. We might need to wait half an hour or something before we see any volatility after the bell. It's very quiet at the moment. So if you are trading today, just be patient. Good luck with that one. Like I say, just be patient. If don't take a trade just because it's moving. Always wait for the pullback. Always wait for the setup. Trade the momentum by all means, but don't trade something because it's moving. Follow the crowds as well. Follow the volume. ETAQ. No volume on that one. So it's spiking up. What are the spreads on HKD today? $3. It's just, I just don't understand how you can have, 5-10% of the price as a spread. Well, I'm going to put EVAX on the watch list. Put Pagaya on the watch list just because it's the only one with a bit of momentum as well. So 325, next entry. That's the pullback on the 5-minute. First candle to make a new high, 325. We'll do it 10 cents. See what happens. 6 minutes to the bell. 6 minutes to the bell. 6 minutes to the open. Will this gap and go? It's already a gapper. It's the top gapper today. It's traded the most. It's the most voluminous. It's got the biggest gains on the day. Will it continue after the bell? Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Will this sell off at the bell, or will it motor it up into a halt? Excuse me. Hearing some good orders coming through, but it might well do, Steve. Very, very slow but steady, this one. After its initial pump. High of 359 is the session high. That's the level you want to watch. So 360 is the level we really want to watch after the bell. If it breaks 360, it could go on to break $4. Or it's already up 70% at the moment as it stands. Three minutes to the bell, guys. Yeah, well, when she wakes up, a bio break will be good, but I'm in this trade right now. So, you want your next treat, darling? Yeah, go. Here you go. Have a bit of hustle about you. Oh, stand up. Good girl. So thank you to Matt. That was the second one was from him. Well, I know this is not exactly gripping stuff. Hey Kareem, good to see you this afternoon, stroke morning, stroke evening, wherever you are. I've been here. I had the early part of the first 2 weeks of September I took off, so I had a break. Well earned, well deserved break. And then I've been back since last Tuesday. My first trading day in September was last Tuesday. Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking after the bell. So I'm in at 325 there, Kareem. So I lost a bit on the earlier move. I was a little bit late to the party. Well, we've got a minute. I'm going to change the scanners over whilst we're here, while we're waiting for the bell. I'm holding this into the bell. My I will put a stop at $3. $301. That won't execute until after the bell, but we've got 30 seconds, so I'll move that up. Give it 10 cents. 310. 15 cents, just for a little bit of opening volatility as we get the bell. You ready, guys? Here we go. A stop in place at 310. She's just underneath the VWAP. So we've got the VWAP protecting the stop, and then it's the round number. Nothing else moving that I can see right now. So I've got 15 cents on this, so I'm looking at risking $750 on this where it moves up. There we go, get stopped out there. That's okay. Nothing else moving. So I'll take my bio break now whilst the opening range is forming. So now 329 is the opening high. Anything else moving? Gaia. The Gaia's up at testing 250. 307 is the opening range low. The best way to explain that one there, Max Talk, is go and watch a movie called Christian Bale called The Big Short. What I love about that movie is they get celebrities playing themselves to explain in lay terms quite technical jargon on the finance industry. So that's if you're talking about lay terms, and I'm pretty sure that's what you're referring to anyway. But if not, go and watch The Big Short. It's hilarious the way they do it. Yeah, it's called The Big Short. It's on Netflix, and I think it's on Netflix. And go and watch it. It's a good movie, actually. It is a good movie. Okay. 307 is the opening range low. If it goes to that, I'm just going to get out. There we go. We're not getting the breaks that I wanted. So, well, we started 6,000 down yesterday. We came back from that, so I'm going to come back from it today as well. Just wait for. I wouldn't say it was inside jobby. I would say it was institutional corruption is what it was. Yeah, I know you set your stop at $3, Kareem, but I'll wait for an indication that this is going to move back up now. Needs for me to break the opening range high. Oh, that wick, it just threw a wick up there, 40-cent wick. That is madness. Anything else moving? I'll be careful you don't get stopped out here, Kareem. There's nothing else moving up. It might be a short day. What's the shorts looking like at the moment? Yeah, there's a lot of. Again, it's not huge. Volatility across the board. Dixie, SOBR, Sober. That's losing ground again. Someone mentioned that in the stream earlier, in the chat earlier. That's SOBR. A lot of losers today. Not a lot moving up in terms of decent volatility, decent volume. Oxo, it's moving up, but it's not on good volume. See, it's oh, maybe I was wrong. So 107,000 shares. That's why. So Foxo is 500,000 shares today. Interesting. Below my floor, but. Rumble seems to be making a bit of move. Oh, it did make a move. Pulling back now. $0.70 move. CVAC's doing nothing. ADMP. ADMP is at 21 cents at the moment. Not a lot of movement. Not huge volatility on this one. Saw that, but it was low volume. I mean, this big candle that it got halted on, this was the biggest volume candle, and that's not even 15,000 shares. So just be careful. It's moved up, yes, but Stability Solutions is the name of the company. So SLNG Sling, but it is on low volume. So just be careful with that. Be nice to see a few. Hang on a minute. Sava Science moving back up again. I have this candle is 52. Morning, Dunkers, or afternoon. It depends. So it's not the volume that makes the move. It's the volume makes it reliable, but it's the percentage of the transactions where they're actually taking place. Sava's got big spreads, like 20-30 cents. Just be wary of that. It depends on the liquidity. So the volume in comparison to the liquidity. If you're getting the majority of percentage of transactions taking place on the uptick, then the price action will move up. But the reason that low volume and low liquidity tend to move it up a little bit more volatile is if you've got somebody an order in there at on low volume, low liquidity stock. If on this one, for example, if you've got an order in there at 42, somebody selling at 42, but someone wants to buy and they put a market order in, it will buy at 42. Even if it's at 40, 60, 45, 40, 50 right now, it will buy at 42 because there's no other sell orders in between. So it'll go to the next best price for you to buy at. So if the next best price is at 42, then that's what happens. So if you've got an order and you're looking to buy at a lower price, then obviously that works as well and drives the price down. I traded cassava later in the day when it's trending in a particular. No, that's just too much. Got $1,000 left to play with. before I call it quits on the day. I think in terms of drawdown. Not enough volume on a Anavis Bio. It's lacking volume. We're not getting, not even 10,000 shares a minute being traded. So EVAX, two big upwicks there. But I'm glad that you managed to get some good profits. I hope you took profits on that, Karim. It moved down as quickly as it moved up. A flat top formation there at 325, well, so 326 and above. Nice and steady. Moved up quite a bit. Microsoft spiking up, breaking highs. S&P 500 just kind of sideways at the minute. SPY, very sideways, choppy. I will see this a lot up until the Fed meeting, the FOMC meeting. So this is very volatile. It went down to 280. It's been up as 350, and the big wicks, throwing wicks up and then retracing them. 280. So let's just be careful of that, guys. Put sling. Yeah, no problem at all. Belly Solutions, SLNG, Sling, as I'm going to call it. Like I said here, the volume is very low. It's halted at the moment, but it's halted on a 15,000 share candle. So if the volume comes in and we get more volume, it could be interesting. It's breaking highs, all-time highs, I think, as far as I can see on this one, or certainly annual highs this year. Well, right, I'll have to have a look at what Putin. I know Putin was due to make an address, but I've not read it yet. Partial mobilization of Russia and threatens nuclear retaliation. Oh, good Lord. Two hours ago. Yeah, it's nothing that he hasn't said before. Well, I think the stop's been hit now, Kareem. Oh, well, that was a big gap up. Now we're getting volume. Now we're getting big volume. Be careful, guys. Don't just chase. Wait for an opportunity. It's moved up from a little over $5 to $8. Ah, right. Okay. Here's the catalyst. Here's a catalyst for you on Stability Solutions receives US Department of Energy approval to export liquefied natural gas. The authorization is for a term of 28 years. So that's why that's just moved up today. Decent catalyst. What's the key data? So it's a 4.7 million flow. Not shorted at all. Good move. Might move. EVAX is trying to get above 330 again. 325, that level. This will resume at 955. In the meantime, we've got significant double bottom type formation, ignoring the wicks. The W formation there, which is kind of bullish. Saw that, Squibby. Oh, we don't. Sorry, Kamal, but this is we don't trade forex on this channel. It's purely equities. Don't trade forex or futures or crypto on this channel. We'll talk about it, but we don't talk about forex much. But it's equities, mate. Sorry. Yeah, I was seeing something similar. I'll put that on the watch list actually because it's good. It's a good catalyst. I'm seeing restart 950 as well. Sideways action, choppy sideways action is not healthy for my account. It really isn't. Break new laws. I'm just going to get out here. I wouldn't say don't trade after the third halt. What I would say is exercise caution after the third halt. And watch that on the sling resumption on this. Looks like it's going to be a 10-minute halt. I'll just put it on the smaller chart for you. Oil in under 325, so getting ascending support. Connected at 325 again. It'll be 2 minutes to the sling resumption. SLNG. If you're watching that, I'll pull that up in a second. A big sell-off. Huge flush on Pagaya. Well, I said huge flush, it's 10 cents. $2.50 stock, that's quite a lot. Stop on at 10 cents for that. I want to take a look at this one. Should resume any time now. I'm getting 9.49 on the resumption, 9.47. So it's going to be a big gap up, it looks like. There you go, 9.20. What a crappy fill. That's a horrible fill. Is it green so far? No, not yet. Kind of just entered this, but we could make our gains on this trade if it gaps up like I'm seeing it. We could make our losses back. So we're 10k down right now. Just got in. I went for the break of $10 and I got filled 10.35. How I got filled at 10.35 when the halt is 10.34, you tell me. But got filled at 10.35. Didn't even get a chance to put a stop in place. So this will 10.05. We should see a resumption. We've got half an hour left of the stream, so let's see if I can get green. Oh, not nice. I'll have a look for you. You can wait half an hour. Come here. Got eye snots from where you've been sleeping. There. Go. Hey. I know you just want me to give you some exercise, but I'm not doing it until I've finished. Okay, I've not finished yet. You have to wait. Go and cross your legs. There's a good girl. Okay, so this is moving up steadily. Fennec Pharmaceutical. Interesting. Not a huge volatility, but it has made some good gains. The 9 cents is the ATR, so I would say if you get in there, 10-cent stop loss could be worth bearing in mind. Let's go back to this. Likely to be, well, we've got another 90 seconds before that comes. Yes, it's halted. It's a volatility halt, so I'm thinking this might be a 10-minute, but we'll see. I'm seeing a resumption at 11, which is a 70-cent resumption. 1150 would have been better. Don't look at me like that. Don't be trying to go under my desk. You know that's distracting. You got too much fat. I don't know where you got fat from. I'm not sending you to Connor and Amanda's again because you came back all fat. They've overfed you. They've treated you too much. Fair play to them. Alright, so that was due to resume at 55. So it's yeah, so it's a 10-minute halt. 10 minutes. Let's have a look at what else. And VTA. VTA's moved up nicely as well. So we're getting some good movers today. Just not big movers in terms of on the day. Usually, most of them are coming from red to green. So they're making big moves from a red position to a green position. Which is what I'm going to have to do today. But this is not the first time over the last 6 weeks. Well, all-time high was and it's not even at average volume yet. So it's low relative volume, but that's going to change. So this is Stabilis Solutions. Let's go back to that right now. Yeah, pretty much at all-time highs now. I'm seeing. And 1047 on TradingView. So this is breaking all-time highs. Oh no, it's not. Actually, it has had higher. I've got highs up here in 2016 of, you know, significantly higher. So when has it been higher? The last time it was higher was 2019. So 2019 it went up to 1248. And back in July 2019, 1248. We also had 1288 in May of that year as well. So it has been higher, Captain. It's not been higher in the last year or so, in the last, I'd say 24 months, but it has been higher before that. Hey, look, that's the beauty of TradingView. TradingView is great. You can go back, you literally go back like 10, 12 years. It's fantastic, in particular for support and resistance areas. It's great. And we're at a key level right now, but volatility it's showing. I think we're just going to blow past that and then make a bit of a pullback. 1, 2. This is the third halt. How can I get put a stop in at 10.92 and it stops me out at 10.36? What a scam! Halt down. That's a 60 cent, almost 60 cent slippage. That is terrible. CMEG, what are you doing to me? Direct access software, what are you doing to me? That's terrible slippage. 60 cents on that. Not happy about that. I got half out over $11, which was good, and then I put a stop in place, Kareem. I got half out. So I sold half. Oh, terrible slippage. That's horrible slippage. So I sold half at 11.21. Although it did take me a while for that to get filled as well, looking at how many orders it actually went through as. So someone once was talking to, like, if you don't see your orders on time, if you actually look in your orders completed window, I can see here that I've got an order for 800 went through. I sold 5,000. An order for 800 went through. A whole bunch for 100 went through, and then a 3,400 share order went through. So it breaks it up for you depending on how you get filled, and then that's terrible. That was horrible, Phil. Oh well. Evax has broke $3 on 2 occasions now. Well, that's not looking very bullish. No, I don't think it's done either. I think we will gap down if it fills the gap. So we've got a big gap here as well that needs to be filled down towards 823. But if we gap down, the potential. Look, I'm 5,000 in the hole from 10,000 in the hole. So that's progress. Progress. Whatever you want to say. This halted at 10.11, should resume at 10.16 on the nose, unless it's a longer 10-minute halt. I've not got. Has anybody got the halt code on this? I can't see it. Braze breaking highs again. I'm not seeing the halt code, so. Let's see what happens. We've got 2 minutes, 90 seconds to resumption. I'll see what happens here. I might you work the time to resume, so it tells you on the montage what time it halted, and then you work 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later or whatever. So the halts are in 5-minute bursts. So it's either 5, 10, 15, 20 or 30-minute halt. You don't usually see many 20-minute halts, but I've had a couple. So, Captain, that's a very good question. So I have tolerance either way. I try to sell on the ask and buy on the bid. But I have tolerance, so I always set limit orders based on the bid and the ask, and that way it's adding liquidity. I'm putting in orders that are marketable because I've got the tolerance in there, but potentially adding liquidity into the market. So because I'm setting those limit orders, and I can get, depending on the liquidity of the stock, I might get some rebates as well, ECN rebates. ECM fees can be a real pain in the rear. So if you can get ECM rebates, it's a good thing to be able to do. Worth trying. Look for the break of the $0.50. Hold it up and get filled. Pickle. And it's a slight gap up showing. So I tried to, but that's what happens when you try to push the buy button. I tried to push the buy for the break of the $0.50. It went into a halt, so I didn't get filled, and had to cancel the orders. So look, sometimes you can put it, and again, that's another thing with limit orders, is that there's always a risk that you don't get filled. So that's altered at 10.16, so 10.21 and a half, it should resume. EVAX is now down at 290. It's disappointing. I like those cancer catalysts. Market usually takes well to them. Yeah, freight. There's breaking highs. Come on, freight. Up at 1480s. Good volume too. So the reason that freight is moving up, I can't see one. Morgan Stanley analyst rating raised. That's about it. The 72 million float. HKD. Gotta be honest. Low volume. This is, and the spreads on this are like at the moment $3 spreads. So between $2 and $3. So just bear that in mind. If you're thinking of trading HKD, which is AMTD digital, it is moving, but it's a very dangerous stock to trade. I've traded it a couple of times, and to be fair, I've made money on it, but it's akin to gambling with HKD. So just be careful with it. It can move, and it can move big, but you've got the spreads to consider as well. So if you took a position at $98 with a $3 spread, you're going to have to at least get 101 just to break even. Are you interested in what, James? Not sure. I'm looking through the questions, but I mean, that's an interesting question. Am I interested in what? Come on, give me something to go on here. I mean, if you're going to ask questions in the chat, guys, come on, give me something to go on. At least give me some context in what you're asking. 102 is the halt level, so I will be very reluctant to trade this right now. because you're going to go into a halt before you can actually get green. It's moved $20 today almost. So the halt level's gone up to $103.14. So it's pulling back from that. How to calculate the halt levels? I've got a cheat on that one. It says what the halt level is on my montage. So if you're trading with Dash Trader, you've got a section underneath the volume that you can actually select what you want on it, and I've selected the halt up and halt down levels, and it gives you it moves in real time. So I think we're all interested. Let's go back to Sling. And we're going to break $11 here. That last halt down, or halt up it was, resumed, went carried on up and then pulled all the way back down. So we're consolidating now on Stabilis. Apparently, some comments were filtered to protect the community's experience. Go figure. Obviously, somebody coming in and trying to use profanity. Please don't use profanity. I don't really want to get my account withdrawn from the talk. So the $11 really will be my next entry at this moment in time. I have this candle's 1070. Well, I hope you get. I hope it goes up to $11 so you can take some profits there, Nereus. You must be absolutely coining it. Are you trading in real money or is that paper trading, Nereus? Because if you're 50,000 shares right now, that's huge gains you can be making. It goes over $11. I'm looking at the 2-minute 2-minute chart right now, and the high of the previous 2-minute candle is 1097. So I'm looking for the break of the whole dollar. Well, I'm not too interested in EVAX right now. It's looking very weak. I'd say that's done. Might see a bit of a continuation here, but we've got the consolidation. If it breaks below 10, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. Good stuff. So you're making good bank. You're making bank today, then, Nereus. Good stuff. Like, love to see it. Spreads. Wow. Spreads are getting rangy on this, so just be careful, guys. The spreads are getting very rangy. I had a great holiday, Will. Fantastic holiday. Just be careful of the spreads. Right now, I saw it 54 cents, widened to 54 cents at one stage. So it's getting rangy on the spreads. Right now, they're about 20 cents, between 10 and 20 cents. Always check the spreads. Well, at least you made a profit there, buddy. 10 cents at 50,000 shares. Nice. 5 grand. Just on that one trade. Yeah, I mean, commissions and stuff eat into that, charges. But nice work, mate. Well done. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream. If I'll be back for the Fed announcement later. I'll take this dog for a walk while we're consolidating here. I'll be back for the Fed announcement. So that'll be 7 o'clock tonight, my time. That'll be 2 p.m. market time. So well, I'm still waiting for this to break 11 again. So we'll see. Well, if you're finishing green, that's a good day, Frey. Captain. So I'm going to walk the dog and I'll come back and see what's moving. So in the meantime, have a good rest of your afternoon and I'll see you guys later. Catch you later, guys.